Alright, I don't know how long this video is going to last. I'd like it to last 5 minutes if possible. But what I'm doing here, I'm in Chengdu, China right now, filming myself from my bedroom. And I'm sitting on a windowsill with some of my dirty clothes here. Because I just watched a video that I wanted to, that inspired me to create some content, mainly for myself. Just because of a problem that I've been having lately, and actually for the last couple of years. And it helped me understand why I've been having this problem. It helped me understand what I can do about it and what I can solve. The problem I've been having for the last couple of years, and honestly most of my life, is that I've struggled with really figuring out or really having a definite feeling of certainty about what I want to do with it, with work, with life, and I've tried to bandage this feeling with a lot of little goals, with a lot of things that I think might satisfy it, but in reality, it becomes a band-aid when you don't understand the problem, and you think you understand it, so you try and take some action towards it, but there's still that little bit of uncertainty that it's like, well, this doesn't really seem too much like truth. So the problem that I've been having is not having a definite feeling of certainty for what I want to do with my time, with my work, with stuff like that. I'm generally pretty happy. I'm not depressed. I used to be, and I conquered that. This is, yeah. Now though, what I learned in this video here, I heard a quote, and it really helped me figure something out for myself. And the advice I heard basically came down to this point: if you feel uncertain of the route you're taking in life, be flexible, and be flexible with your time, and be willing to delve into different activities that you think might interest you. The reason for this is because if you don't know yourself well enough to have a definite thing that you're going after, then you ought to experiment with that, and then, just like a scientist, record the results either mentally or with a notebook. I'm not usually a note-taking type of guy, so be experimental with your time. That way, you start to learn about your interests, and specifically, the advice said to try different things with different jobs, different positions, different work, different things that you might want to create over a period of a couple months, 3 months maybe. And if you feel bored with it after you've learned about it, after you understand it, after you have spent time on it, hours on it, then you know that this interest isn't really for you. If it's not challenging you after 3 months, then you know that you ought to just move on and record that in your mental or physical logbook if you're that type of person, and proceed with the next thing that's really interesting you. And this advice is really cool because the problem that I've actually been having is a hesitancy to dive into the interest that I've been having, and instead you don't go after the interest that you have, and you just kind of sit back and you kind of complain that you feel unfulfilled. But you have this unconscious habit that doesn't allow you to take that next step. So now that the problem is identified for me, it's nice. It feels like a weight lifted off my shoulders. So anyway, getting into the reason why I'm recording this on my smartphone, I don't have any recording equipment. I'm definitely not set up to make any video content right now, but I want to do something immediate. If the problem is a bad habit, then you got to do stuff while the action is fresh, while Well, the ability to change is fresh. Once you understand a problem, it kind of peaks. The ability that you have to change is highest right as you understand it, and it starts falling back down and down and down. Your ability to change decreases over time as you don't take any sort of action. So, doing something immediately about the problem, delving into something that's interesting to me, is my way to start fixing the habit. It's not a fix to make one video, but it is the start of a process. So, when I free myself of this bad habit of just being hesitant with stuff that I'm interested in, it's going to allow me to have a lot more lease on life and keep me fulfilled every day as I enjoy this gift that's been given to me. So I'm recording this video. It's now 6 minutes long, and I was hoping it would um, be a little bit long at least. I just did a very basic outline on my computer just so I knew what to talk about. This video for me was something that I've been interested in filming. I watch a lot of content online about marketing or about passive income. I was involved with a multi-level marketing company when I was in the United States for 3 years, and I'm very interested in generating income through my own effort instead of being employed and being given a salary. And one avenue to do that is through making videos and making content, selling stuff online, and that's something that's interesting to me. So I want to see where this might go. And hey, if this is the first video of that, then maybe this will give you some inspiration if you're looking back at this 4 years from now. Anyway, peace out. Lunch somehow.